Welcome back, friends. As I had mentioned yesterday, stock markets globally are expected to get a reprieve, a little trend breaking from the severe downfall that we saw in the backdrop of the killing of Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian commander. And so, although Dow Jones had started with 200 points negative yesterday, they ended 60 points up, showing that there was some reprieve returning to global stock markets. Oil was down 1% in sympathy, marking an easing of US Iran tensions for the time being. Now, I believe that oil is going to be the party pooper in 2020. It's going to be one of the most important factors that will dictate the movement of stock prices in this year 2020. Many analysts say that it is very difficult to determine how oil will behave. Yet they go ahead and make predictions about stock prices in 2020. If you cannot make predictions about how oil is going to behave in this year, how can you make predictions about stock prices? I'll tell you why. Oil is a very important part of the index. In the London FTSE, you have British Petroleum. It is very important in the Dow Jones. You have important stocks such as Exxon. A very big market capitalization of these indices is contributed by oil producing stocks. On the other hand, in countries such as China and India, even now they are the fastest growing in percentage terms, not in absolute terms. Oil becomes a very important ingredient, because if oil prices are rising, these countries are tremendously dependent on oil, and therefore their economies can be badly impacted. And thus, many of the oil consumers, many of the manufacturing plants in these countries which use oil as a commodity, they could get badly impacted. So there could be a movement of money away from China and India and towards the Western world, where oil prices impact the companies which have a major weightage in these indices, namely the FTSE and the Dow Jones. Well, I believe that oil has calmed down for now, but it will come back to haunt. Even during this weekend, forthcoming weekend, you could see some amount of retaliation by Iraq, Iran, and during the period last week of January and most of March of 2020, you could see oil prices going up sharply, as there could be a lot of new global tensions. Geopolitical tensions will increase dramatically in these periods that I mentioned, and oil prices could shoot up alarmingly. Therefore, the strategies of investing in stocks can do well only in the backdrop of this behavior in oil prices. If you cannot understand how oil prices are going to move in this forthcoming year, your investments can be in wrong stocks and in wrong countries and wrong economies, and you could be taken on the back foot. So please bear in mind, if I'm looking at a very short term horizon, last week, this weekend, you may see some retaliation from Iran. Also, it may continue last week of January 2020. Most of March could be very tough for global stock markets, and also you will find that oil prices could shoot up in this period, as many factors I believe are going to come into play, and there could be a lot of geopolitical tensions which can suddenly rise and impact stock markets quite dramatically. So where these factors into consideration, the Strait of Hormuz, which lies between Iran and Oman, is a very important gateway connecting these major oil producers to the most important markets for oil, namely China and India. So any flare up of tensions in the Strait of Hormuz will have a direct impact on oil prices, and I believe this is what Iran is eyeing at this point of time. Last year also, during the months of May, June, 6 oil tankers And also, a US drone was attacked by Iran in this Strait of Hormuz, and it led to a flare up of oil prices. Similar situation, I believe, could happen in the month of March 2020. Also, be careful this weekend and also the last week of January. This is as far as the immediate future of oil is concerned, and you definitely cannot divorce the price rise in prices of oil from the movement of stocks in various parts of the world. Happy investing. Take care. Bye bye.